We're talking to the stars of a high-flying sci-fi adventure today, but first, remembering two Hollywood legends, including the filmmaker known as the father of the zombie genre. George Romero has passed away at the age of 77.
But it's amazing that, this is a film that I made over 40 years ago.
George Romero has been creeping out audiences for decades, ever since his 1968 low-budget cult classic, Night of the Living Dead. The horror legend died in a Toronto hospital after what his manager called a, quote, brief but aggressive battle with lung cancer. Romero had been living in the Canadian city since 2004. His work spawned a parade of zombie movies and TV shows and inspired a generation of filmmakers and storytellers, including Joss Whedon, Stephen King, and Guillermo del Toro, all of whom paid tribute to Romero on social media. And legendary actor Martin Landau has also passed away. He was 89. Landau was known as a prolific character actor who rose to fame in the 60s TV show Mission Impossible. He was nominated for 3 Oscars and won a Best Supporting Actor in 1994 for his role in Ed Wood. He also famously turned down the role of Spock in Star Trek, which of course went to Leonard Nimoy instead. Landau died in LA Saturday from what his publicist described as unexpected complications during a short hospitalization. Switching gears from legendary filmmakers to a film that hopes to be legendary. The wild sci-fi extravaganza Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets hits theaters this Friday. Terry Hart caught up with the cast to talk about entering this crazy world and working with Rihanna, who plays a, wait for it, extraterrestrial stripper.
What's your name?
Bubble.
Rihanna and that scene, and you're sitting in that room. There's this cutaway to you where you literally, your jaw's like this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you weren't doing very much acting at that point.
No, it was pretty, it was not a hard day in the office, you know.
The Rihanna scene is worth the price of admission ×2.
People don't see her as an actress because she's this huge, big singer. She's very touching in the film and very, everybody's impressed to say, oh my God, she can act.
Now, this dazzling adaptation of a French comic book series has been the dream of director Luc Besson for decades. The time it's taken to make this has been more about being technically able to achieve his vision than anything else. After all, he's no stranger to sci-fi. He burst onto the scene with the memorable Fifth Element.
I heard you say that technology had to catch up.
Like Fifth Element is 188 shots of special effect. This one has 2,734.
It's paradise.
Amazing.
He said the only thing that limited him because of technology was his own imagination. I thought how that must impact you because you guys are executing that imagination. Is that what you felt like you had to do, get into his head?
Well, I think it was about bringing his vision to life, for sure. He's been developing this movie for 10 years, and it's the movie he's wanted to make his entire life.
You honestly felt like you could ask him any question and he would know, and had already thought about it. It was kind of easy to get absorbed into this world because he had such an incredible idea of it already.
And by the way, Valerian had a big budget of $180 million, meaning there is a lot riding on its performance at the box office this coming weekend, so time will tell.